Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much. And my big moment was bubble wrap. So I had an idea for a pump where if you roll bubble wrap into a tube and you could expand the bubbles in the tube, it would pump fluid. Then if you unroll it like this, all of a sudden now you could have an XY grid where you could pump fluid in an XY fashion. You could program it just like a processor, a fluidic processor. So that's kind of the holy grail of fluidics today. So what you see here is a computational model of a polymer we developed right here in Tucson with the help of Dominic Grath at the University of Arizona Chemistry Department. Now this polymer does some remarkable things. So my background, I'm not a chemist and I'm not a scientist. And about my extent of chemistry, when I came up with this idea was, I knew from playing with cars and motorcycles and everything that if you put enough fuel and you put enough oxygen into an engine, you could transform a car like this into something like this. So my approach was, well, why couldn't you do this at the molecular level? And why couldn't we do this with a polymer? So every chemist I talked to, of course, thought I was nuts. So in 2004, I started doing polymer chemistry in my backyard, and it worked. The only problem we had is it would work so well that it would actually come apart as the bigger it grew. So on the left, you have the polymer we developed. That started out as about the size of a pencil eraser, and our lab tech in the picture, she grew it from that and actually named it Bob. So we take that polymer and we process it, and we put it into a little envelope. It's like a little plastic pouch. And we put it into a pump. And what that does is it replaces the electric motor and all the mechanical components in traditional pump technology. So now there's no more mechanics in there. All we do is give a little bit of energy. It's about 3 volts, 10 milliamps for the tech guys out there and girls. And it delivers over 90 psi in pressure. And we can do that in a very accurate, actually more accurate than how mechanical pumps work today. So our first product, what we thought we'd go to market with, was we had to come up with something, and that was a medical pump. And so what this does is we can build this pump and sell it for around $100. The little envelope there, the actuator part of it, only costs 50 cents to make. So now we have a pump that costs $100, yet is as accurate and can produce the same therapy or even better therapy than pumps costing $6,000. So it's about a 60x difference in an economic model. And what that does for a hospital is it eliminates the capital expense and it turns things into a completely disposable model. So where are we today and where are we going? So you see, these are different processes of the polymer. We found that as we go in and we jam in all the extra molecules that we want to do, we can change the performance of the materials. So we started playing with different things. So on the left you see the polymer that we put in the pump. Down below it you see a membrane that is actually a super ion conductor. We tested it against state-of-the-art ion conductors today, and it was about a 40x improvement. Then on the far right, you have our, just like the bubble wrap, that is actual actuator array. Those little bubbles you see will pump up and get about 40x bigger than what they are today, and what you see in the picture. Now, what I'm the most excited about is this. So now, here we have a material that passes ions. We can change the chemistry. We can put in and take out things that we want it to do. Can we grow cells on it, and does it work as a cell scaffold? Well, yes, last year we grew some stem cells on it. And so now this year, what we plan on doing is we can start putting those layers together and actually come up with an artificial organ that can have live cells in it and do chemical processes. And hopefully in the future, we could actually put that into a body. So that's it. Thank you very much.